So Giannis wants out of Milwaukee, which is fine. I don't know if it's going to be by the end of the trade deadline on the 5th or if it's going to be at the end of the season, but I'm already seeing a lot of Knicks propaganda, Knicks talk, and I just can't see a way he becomes a Knick. There's two main reasons for this. The first is that Milwaukee needs assets. I don't know how many the Knicks have to give, but Milwaukee lost a lot of assets and swaps and first round picks in the Dame trade. So their main thing is setting up the future and getting assets back. The second is, if I'm Milwaukee, I don't want Mikal Bridges and I don't want Cat. And I'll give you some backstory. This happened with CJ McCollum in the Portland Trail Blazers a couple years ago. We traded him 2 years after going 7 OTs with Denver and getting to the Western Conference Finals. We waited 2 years after that to trade him. And then the Portland fan base was ready to move on. They said, you know what, whatever, blah, blah, we're ready to move on. He's not going to work with Dame, everything. And then when we traded him and didn't get very much for him, everybody was like, he's a 20-point-per-game scorer. He's a great sixth man. He's a great guy. He's a great shooting guard, top shooting guard. Why did we trade him for nothing? If you as a fan know that a guy is flawed and not going to really contribute to the overall success of a team and be a ceiling raiser, why would I trade a ton of assets for him? It's the same thing with Karl-Anthony Towns. The Karl-Anthony Towns talk recently has been, he is not a ceiling raiser. He's not going to get the Knicks over the top in the Eastern Conference. So why, if I'm Milwaukee, if you know that as a fan, why am I Milwaukee going to trade away my franchise player, a top power forward of all time, in exchange for that player? You cannot criticize a player for a player that he is and what he does and then expect Max Hall back to your team for that said player and be like, but Cat's an all-star. But Cat can average 30. But he's a great screener. He shoots 40%. Yeah, but you just also have been complaining about him for months and weeks about how he doesn't fit and he's not going to raise the ceiling of your team. So why would you get Giannis back for the guy you've been complaining about? You cannot have it both ways. That is why Giannis will not be a Knick.